Okay, let's learn how to make a news game. And we're going to be using something called Twine. And now Twine, you can actually download it and install it on your computer if you want it, or you can use it online. Do whatever's more convenient for you. I'm going to actually use the online version just for convenience, but I do have it installed on my computer. I just want to show you to make sure if you do it online. So Twine, again, it's an open source tool for telling interactive, nonlinear stories. So you should have read and played some news games and read the article and also looked at those game choices. I'm going to go on here. So I'm going to go ahead and use it online. And even if you're not online, you basically will see something that looks like this. And this will become important right here where we archive something. If you have to archive something and then bring it back in, you use this import from a file. But it's as simple as right here we say plus story. And now I'm going to apologize ahead of time for this because there's only really two things on my mind while I write this exercise: the COVID pandemic and when will baseball start. So I am going to call this MLB pandemic. I don't know. And I'm going to add that, and I can always change that name later. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that you are the MLB commissioner, and we're going to make a game based on that, based on the pandemic, right? So I'm going to do, with news games, they should be based on research and reporting, and you should have data and things. Largely, I'm just going to make stuff up just so that I can show you the capabilities of the news game and how to do them. And just like the chatbots, you really would plan it with a kind of a flow chart system or an outline or something. So let's just go over what you'll see once you get in here, and then I'll stop it and we'll make a new video. So you see you have these little passages here. You can obviously delete one, edit it, or you could test a story starting at right there. In here, you can change the way which is a starting passage, which you'll get with this little symbol of a rocket, and we'll change that later. Down here, if you click this, right, you see all these things you can do. You can edit the story JavaScript, the style sheet, and I'll talk about some of these things here. This change story format is really important. So if we look at this, right now there's actually a bunch of formats that we can write the story in. And what this means is there are different ways that you can write the story. So basically you're doing a little bit of programming through kind of a markdown system. It's not real writing like JavaScript or something like that. So it's going to be really important that you look at this right here, the documentation. I'm going to be going through a lot of this stuff that's here, but should you need other capabilities, right, you would go ahead and do that. Now it kind of got me stuck in here. What's going on? All right. I'll just edit. So I'm back in this window here. My video just wouldn't let me, it was blocking me. And we'll go back down to here and you'll see that, right, we have things like story statistics where we can see if there's any broken links or problems and how much stuff we have. Here, this view proofing copy will actually give you a readout of all your text so you could make sure that there's no typos and stuff. And this last one, publish to file, is what actually puts it together so that you could upload it to, say, your website, and it gives you an HTML file basically. Over here we just have a way to find something, right? We could change the view, the small, big, right? So we have that there. And where did my thing go? Oh no. Okay. So right, they just changed the view, how far away you are in the view. Play here, you could actually just turn it on to test it, and we'll be doing that. And adding a passage, we actually don't really have to do this. What we'll do is actually make them in here, you'll see. I'm sure you could do it this way if you wanted to, but I think it's more practical to just kind of work on it as a flow chart. So that's a basic overview of everything. Oh, right down here at the bottom, this home brings me back to this, right? And that's it. That's an overview of everything, and let's make a story.